Hello and welcome to a new episode on the Boomer Base. Today we are looking at the new episode of Attack on Titan Season 4 for Part 3, which is the hour-long special, which I didn't expect in all honesty. I thought it was just going to be a 20-minute episode, not hour-long. Like, that was some good hour goodness. What did you think about it, Marshall?
It was sensational.
Sensational.
Sensational. So, it's not a gripe I have with this, but compared to Demon Slayer, this should have been in the cinema, not the Demon Slayer one. If this was in the cinema, this would have done pieces, in all honesty. Although, it might have taken a while for it to do pieces, because it was just available on Crunchyroll today, and everyone with a Crunchyroll account, and their mum that uses, non-Crunchyroll pirate services, would have seen it today, rather than if it was solely at cinema. But
Yeah.
this, I feel, would have done better than Demon Slayer. It's just...
No, 100%.
But, no, Wow, this was... probably the best episode, but also not
100%.
the best episode at the same time. There's a few episodes that are just insane for what happens within them within the 20-minute episode, but just giving me an hour episode, you got a lot to compete with anyway, especially with what's happening in the episode. But...
True, but even then, if it was split into 3 episodes or 4 episodes or however many you would have gotten out of this, those would have still been the 4 best episodes of the show. This is the best part of the show. Like, this is the show, in my opinion.
We're getting into it after, because I got my partner to start watching. I think just after the first part of season 4, like that had just finished. I hadn't watched season 4 yet because I was holding out on hopes for maybe that she would watch Attack on Titan as well, and I was just sitting there rewatching it, being like, "Oh my god, when she's gonna find out?" When you get past that season 3 bit and just everything changes, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!" But no, she loves it.
Episode of season 4. That's where it goes crazy.
It's too much. I just literally forgot how to speak for a second, if I'm honest. But
Yeah, I was a bit confused.
No, just literally forgot how to talk. But no, it was a really good episode. The voice acting was really good. Just the animation looked like it had been bumped up a little bit more from just the previous season, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if only slightly, but the studio...
That's why we had to wait for it.
Yeah.
There was no way we were getting it straight after.
Like,
We waited a year for a good reason.
Oh, for sure. And I think... I can't remember what the studio name is. I want to say the word Mappa, but that's the only one I have in my head now. It might not even be Mappa, but I know they have a lot on their plate at the moment anyway. So I'm glad they'll hopefully be getting like a deserved
It might
rest.
be Mappa actually. Yeah, because I think Mappa are also now taking on another season of
I think it's One
One
Punch
Punch Man
Man,
as
yeah.
well.
So they got a lot
So
to
it
do.
might be
So
Mappa.
I'm happy to wait till the autumn or fall if you're randomly an American viewer. If somehow someone's stumbled across this.
The autumn, the fall.
The fall. Is that racist? I don't know.
No.
We'll probably know now.
Studio Mappa, yeah,
Yeah,
it is. Oh, and they got Jujutsu next season.
I know. They've
my
literally,
God.
they literally, yeah, they got far too
Oh
much on
my
their plate.
God.
They literally won't be sleeping at all. But no, like to wait, what's maybe 4 or 5 months is nothing in comparison to what we had to wait between season 1 and 2. That was like 4.5 years we had to wait. It was
I'll
a
talk
long
about it more
time.
in the spoiler section, but I don't know if I can wait that long.
Oh, I know. I'm
I-
definitely the right. So, we both think that this episode was insane. It was very good. Definitely worth a watch. Lots of
Perfect.
things happen.
It's perfect. There's nothing else. It's perfect. If you've seen Attack on
Perfect.
Titan, this is perfect. This is the episode. This is the one.
This is the one. All will be one.
Yeah, it's the highest rated show on my anime list right now for a good reason.
Most definitely. So my favourite anime is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Cringe. Anyway, continue.
Why? What's with the hate with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?
It's my second favorite,
Oh.
maybe third, but no. It's just everyone's favorite is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
What anyone I speak to that likes anime has either not watched it or not heard of it.
That's crazy.
I know. Like, it was just
Yeah.
like, it was one that I bought back on DVD in like 2009, like not knowing anything about it other than I think maybe watching the odd episode maybe of just Full Metal Alchemist on like Fox Kids or Jetix or something that cropped up, and I just watched it. Started, the episode where they try and bring back their mum and it looks crazy, and I was just hooked from that point, and then I just continued. Loved all the openings. I watched it in English, and I loved the English dub for it.
I actually watched the English dub as well.
Yeah, I am a big sub over dub person, if I'm honest, because English dub tends to just sound really, really cringy a lot of the time to me.
I agree, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of the few shows that I recommend to my friends who don't watch anime, and I always tell them to watch the dub instead.
Yeah, it's wholly good, but for me, it'll always have that soft spot. But no, if I was
Gintama's better. That's all I'm saying, man.
I've not watched Gintama, so I'll get on that. I'll get on that bandwagon eventually.
That's my favorite anime.
That's fine.
Anyway, back to Attack on Titan,
because the episode is about Attack on Titan. Right, we are now about to enter spoiler territory. So if you do not want to hear spoilers about this episode and potentially what is going to happen next after this episode, stay clear.
I mean, I know what's happening next.
I know like 2 or 3 bits.
Okay, we'll talk
two
about
or three bits, but we're now entering. I really wish I had like some like keyboard function that was just like spoiler, in real deep voice that just appears. But no, spoiler territory from now on. If you don't want to hear spoilers, please click away or just mute the video.
If you don't want to listen to spoilers, thanks for watching. Go watch the episode. Bye.
Goodbye.
Get out.
Right. So, my God, I am so happy that we got to actually see the rumbling happen. I was so worried that we wouldn't get to see it in like. I don't even know if this is the last time we will see anything to do with the rumbling, because I don't know what happens in the manga. To clarify what I know what... oh shit, what's his name? I think it's Falco, the little kid.
Yep.
Falco? I know what his transformation is about to be and look like in the next episode, probably. I thought it was going to happen in this episode, and I was like, Maddie, you ain't ready for this, but then it didn't happen.
I knew it wasn't happening this episode just because of where it was about to end. We probably won't see his transformation until about halfway into the next episode, if I'm being completely honest.
But it's a very cool design. I know that Armin and Eren have some type of fight, as that's just appeared in like things that are going to break the internet for anime a fair few times when I've seen posts, and I am so ready for however that happens, to be honest. And then I know what happens to Eren kind of in the end without just fully ruining it for someone. Like the other two things
we won't ruin the ending,
yeah,
but I feel like we can talk about some other stuff that we're excited for right at the very end to see animated, because I'm very excited for a few things.
That's actually all I know from what is to come, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna get you hype at the end of the episode. We'll have another spoiler warning for the
manga spoiler. But no, the rumbling, like Maddie was literally sat there like fucking jaw gaped, like just being like, oh my God. And I just sort of like start getting giddy and like bouncy when I'm just like hyped. But oh my God, it was so good just watching stuff happening and just watching just the sheer destruction that they were causing.
The bits that they added in as well were really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the bit with the 2 kids.
Yeah.
Not in the manga.
And especially seeing one of the kids get his head crushed, that was a pretty gruesome scene.
Oh, yeah, when it's so good.
But no, definitely very happy that we got to see more of the rumbling, as I really, really wasn't sure like how much, if at all, we were going to see. I thought we might like just see like an aftermath of it, or just see that port bit, not like get to continue seeing just like them cause chaos. And from what like I think happened in the episode, I don't know for sure, so you might be able to answer, but is this only like a partial rumbling? This isn't the rumbling at its full extent? As they mentioned in the episode that, there was a scene where they talked about a partial rumbling, as I think they only used the outer walls Titans and not everything.
That was the plan. You know how, oh my God, what's her name?
The fucking Armin 2.0.
Yeah,
the one that does the weird like fucking face and the weird look.
But that was their original plan when they were still following Zeke's euthanasia plan.
Okay.
It was to just use the outer walls to stomp over Marley, to like just wipe them out for as long as possible to ensure the safety for 100 years or whatever.
Okay.
But in the last season, they said it as well. They were like, "Why is he using so many? He doesn't. He doesn't need all of these. Did he really need all of the walls?"
Okay. Because I
That was
haven't
said a
watched it
few
since
times.
then, so I'm just. That's just what I wanted to know. I wanted to. Because I was more
Yeah.
like, damn, if this isn't even full power, holy fuck, what's the full power like?
No,
But this is
this
still
is
crazy for full power anyway.
yeah. This is the rumbling. So the bit that we're seeing is only Aaron's assault on the Marley balloon or the Zeppelin place.
Yeah,
Like
the airport.
as you saw with like when they were talking when they were on the boat, they were like, the place that we're going is probably evacuated by now, but like Eren is going for everywhere. He's just going here first. That's
Okay.
like his whole thing of I'm free, so I'm doing what
I'm
I want.
free. Man,
Yeah, he's taking out Marley first, and then
who would win,
what do you think?
Goku versus the Rumbling? Rumbling
I
for
don't know.
sure.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball.
um, but damn, like it's like right. I'll try not to because I'll just end up jumping to bits towards the end. Right, let's talk about probably one of the biggest parts in the episode, the Hanji scene. That was
Okay.
so for me. That was that and the last part where they jumped on Eren. But we'll come to that in a bit. They were the two parts of the episode where I was like proper fully with it. I was losing my marbles with that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Flock to come back. That was crazy. I thought that man had just like
Oh yeah,
pieced
because you
out.
haven't read the manga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no.
I just thought he was like gone. So that was kind of cool to see him, even if to what I'm fairly sure was just he got shot with like the ODM gear stuff in like the throat or some shit.
Yeah, straight through the neck with the hook. It's so
Mikasa
cool.
would have just that. But no, that was cool to see him. Like, damn, that man's had some fucking character development for fucking sure. My man started off as basically just a pussy with no like, hope of continuing to just being like the biggest Giga Chad there is. And then, it was nice to even see that Armin and Annie saw flirting. I don't know if that's gonna ever like blossom at all, but don't tell me if that's actually gonna blossom at all because that'll be nice
Yeah,
to see.
okay.
Otherwise, I'll just
I'll
ruin it for Maddie. Otherwise, I'll just be like, it does happen or doesn't. But I hope it does. If it doesn't, not the end of the world, I guess. Well, it might be the end of the world in their thing, but who knows. And then, yeah, you got to see Levi, beating up, being like, man only needs 2 fingers. And I just took that connotation as being far too sexual. But, that man's looking very...
They're the wrong fingers, man.
I know, they were like the end fingers. Man was trying to grip that sword so badly. And he was barely doing it. Like, I don't... And when he said like such a cringy thing being like, help me get the Beast Titan. Which, I mean, asking for help is good character development for Levi in itself. But, I mean, just let someone else do it, man. Like, just recoup a little bit and just, come in at that cinch point where, like, you can just pull off some cool shit and just get the job done. But no, other than Flock, the other major death in this, for a further spoiler warning if you don't want to hear this, was Hanji, and that was a insane, if not one of the best parts of this entire episode. It was animated insane. The only bit that I did feel puzzled about was just like they were like radiating so much heat in the last episode of the previous season, in which I don't feel she could have got that close at all.
Yeah, it's. I also agree with that.
But it's it's pedantics at this point. She did at least catch fire. I was like at one point, I was like, is she not actually just gonna catch on fire at all or what? But thankfully she did, and she had like a very heroic death. And seeing her basically in the afterworld with everyone, who else that had kind of died and things, Maddie just started crying. I like turned to her and she was just crying, and I was like, oh. But no, that was like real touching and heartwarming and things. But damn, them colossal titans are just useless.
Yeah, they went down fairly easy.
She took out like 5 of them just with 2 thunder spears and just cutting them up. But I swear, like with Bertolt, I know it's like a one of the 9 and whatnot, but they were barely even able to like cut into that man. But hey ho, it was cool. It was Armin being the new commander, that was always where I thought it was going to be, and having Levi be under him is just kind of funny and kind of ironic in the same way that the fact that he is just half a man at the moment, he's pretty fucking useless. Like, I think I'd have rather just tried to convert like Flock and just bin Levi for a bit.
Yeah.
Like you could just
Honestly.
you just be on the sidelines for a bit, pal. They were on the airplane sort of thing for a bit, like their whole sort of talk about them understanding the feelings of like Reiner and Annie and Bertolt and things. That was quite cool. It's nice to see like the complete like 180 and having more of the context just helps. Like what they did, yeah, sucks, but I would still be pissed at them, but I can understand, because they've now essentially become enemies of the state in a way, and they've had to do stuff for what their goal is of making the world a better place. So it's really cool in that instance. And then getting, lunged into, whatever the fucking dream world's called. I don't know what it's called. Like, that was kind of wavy. Like, it did make me cringe, all their sort of like shouting towards Eren, I won't lie, all those just saying phrases, and I was just like, ugh, so cringe. And then Levi's one was just even worse. He was like, "Oh, I won't kick your ass." It's like, man, shut the fuck up. I don't think he'd been able to kick his ass.
I don't think he gives a shit anymore.
Yeah, you can't like Levi, pal. Sit down. You're crippled. The fuck. I don't think ever since like I think pretty much Eren's just could cuck that man sideways for a while. Like even with him at prime, I still think Eren, at least season 4 Eren, could take on Levi and probably win. Maybe a hot take, don't know, but and then we get to the attack in the airport bit, which is so fucking cool. Well, the end bit with the train going up to where all the planes were.
Okay.
The
airport. Huh?
What, Mr. Airport?
The Zeppelin storage bit.
I will define this as an airport. But gosh darn, what like. So I know these are two different shows, but I'm going to compare it to Demon Slayer again. The 1 hour we got for Demon Slayer compared to this, honestly, Demon Slayer was actually fucking trash.
Demon Slayer was not trash.
Like,
you
it's
keep
not
harking on Demon Slayer. It's just episode 1 of a new season. This is episode 1 of the final chapters of the most hype part of AOT. You can't even compare them. Don't even test me. I'll die on this high horse.
That's fine. I'm comparing them as a new episode to a new season of a 1 hour segment. That's what I'm comparing them to. In terms of when you have to compare each one, I understand that Attack on Titan is very well within its season and things, in which a lot of people do like the Swordsmith arc as well, although I think it's a small arc, to be fair, from what I think I know. I don't think it's an insanely long arc compared to some of the others.
I'd say it's about the same size as Entertainment District, maybe 10 chapters less, if that.
But
just because it's got less build up than Entertainment District, because obviously they had to do the whole infiltration thing. This one they just go straight into it after like a few chapters.
But this delivered very much more on the hype. I don't know. I think it was just the fact that it was in a cinema that just made it worse. Like if I'd suddenly got today was Demon Slayer new episode, and I got that, I'd have been still very happy. But this was how you end an episode as well, with a sort of like hanger to continue going on. Like I did not like. I literally turned to Maddie to be like, I think the episode's about to end. Just hoping that I was just fully wrong, because essentially Reiner just jumps out and just like is about to punch Zeke, or if I don't even know if that is Zeke, to be fair, or just some like concoction of what the Beast Titan is. Marshall just holding all the spoilers. But yeah, essentially, they jump out the plane, everyone's did you jump in onto Eren, and it made me kind of laugh that they've just all kind of landed on like a platform well above the ground, which is just like Eren's spines. And like I know he's hella tall and things, but it just felt randomly kind of weird in some bizarre way that he was just like they're just they're like, we can't land anywhere. Yeah, it's because you're on this fucking spine and rib cage. But
yeah, exactly.
No,
it's his buddy.
Reiner just jumping in, transforming, about to punch, and the episode ends. And I literally just, if I had a table, I'd have flipped it. I'd have been like, fuck, I want more so much. But so good. Like I don't understand the Beast Titan, but damn, that man just took out like an airship with what I assume is just using part of his bones, like Eren's bones or something. Because there was no rocks to crumble.
Like his rib cage.
But yes, for me, overall, fucking fantastic episode. Attack on Titan is definitely within my top 10, and I have a friend on Instagram who absolutely rims Attack on Titan, and this was before I'd seen season 4 part 1. And I still really enjoyed Attack on Titan, but there was that sort of thing with the fan base where it just seemed like very rim, and I don't know, that annoyed me a little bit. But it's not like I didn't understand the hype, it just felt like it was being pushed down my throat to enjoy it, and this is the best thing, you can't like anything else type of stuff. But this would definitely be in my top 10. I do love Attack on Titan. Like, even Maddie was literally just like, everyone needs to watch Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely one of those shows that you really do need to watch, but even I was sort of sick of everyone saying that it was the greatest thing ever when the last season was coming out. I thought it was pretty overhyped. But Attack on Titan has always been the one anime that has always been mainstream. But like everyone just has to watch this episode. If you've watched any of Attack on Titan, watch the rest. It's just worth it.
I thought you were about to say, just watch this episode, and I was going to be like, well, you probably want to
No,
watch the rest
you'll
up
have
to
no
before. Yeah, I was
context.
like,
What do you mean?
you wouldn't know what's happening. But I mean, you probably still could watch this and just be like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, what? Ellie just watched a recap and then watched this episode and was like, oh, this is sick.
Oh.
So you do that if you want.
Well, no, I'd want to relive all that. It's for me, it's become a very it's an insane story as a whole. It's one of the more complex anime stories that I have watched, and I like the change that happens within. I think it happens in season 3 where you get to see that everything is just basically like a recap sort of dream almost that we've been watching, because it changes just the entirety of just going from, oh, we're wanting to watch them leave this place, to, oh, we're actually just watching basically like memories type of thing, and it's not really happening now, and we're basically already in season 4 from the beginning, and it just changes to a completely different thing. Like, you wouldn't expect that they're the ones that are caged off to humanity, and there is actually humanity that exists outside, and they're thriving much higher than Stone Age almost people. But no, now go into the next sort of bit of the manga spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to know about any of this, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Now fuck off.
Right, so to clarify for me, do not go too much. I want to know some snippets. Snippets will be fine. They get me hyped enough to... I don't want to literally know the entirety of what's to come. I just want to know snippet bits, if that's okay. Please.
Okay, we're about to go into one of the greatest fucking action-packed scenes that is ever going to exist. Literally minutes after this tackle goes down, shit is gonna hit the fucking fan. We are about to see the return of every single Titan shifter that has ever existed.
Oh, as in Eren's gonna start busting out these Digiclone Titans.
Effectively, yeah.
Wait, are we talking would a Bertolt Colossal Titan appear? And then whoever had the Colossal Titan before Bertolt would appear as well, type of thing? Is that what we're talking about? Are we talking damn, that's gonna be insane. Bro, how do they even win this? Is Armin literally just gonna pull a fucking fast one and just be too OP as the Colossal Titan?
No, they do it in a way that makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie. It's a well-earned one.
Okay, because I can't really see a way. I mean, Reiner just going down on the floor and trying to tackle at the kneecaps of Colossal Titans, could potentially work for a little bit, but I see nothing else other than Armin just basically, going 1v the rumbling, essentially. That's why
I'm gonna send you a picture. I don't.
I'll have to look at it on my phone, so I don't do the same thing.
Yeah, so you don't bring it up again. Yeah.
So I don't do the same thing.
But yeah, it's a bit different from it manifests the whole thing. It's very much still contained within the spine of Eren. Obviously, Eren's fucking huge, by the way. If you don't understand the scale of Eren, he's absolutely massive compared to anything that we've ever seen. But it's not a cop out. The ending is not a cop out in any way. So don't even stress about that. It makes a lot of sense
Okay,
with
so
the whole founding Titan and Ymir
yeah,
stuff.
no, that makes
So,
sense. I'm happy that we get to see almost like the clones. It reminds me a bit of like Bleach with the sort of like the fishy hollow that dangles things, and it's all that. So that's
yeah,
just that
yeah.
sort of like premise. I'm happy that we get to potentially see more than the previous users that we've seen. Just be I don't even need to know their names. I would just be happy to see other people that have had these Titan shifting powers prior
Yeah,
to it. So
you
that'll
don't
be cool.
see many of they like none of them are named.
Yeah, no, I'm not fussed with seeing that, and just seeing them animated compared to that panel scene, because I know that's probably just one panel, but that'll
Yeah,
still
yeah,
be
no,
very cool.
it's insane.
So to clarify, again, if you do not want to know this spoiler about the manga, again, thank you for watching. But I want to talk about it because I don't know if what I've seen is some random fan art again.
Yeah, sure. Let me know.
So
I'll tell
it
you.
was literally, I think it was just Mikasa holding like Erin's head.
Okay, yeah, that's literally the very final
Yeah,
panel.
and then
just
suddenly it went
in
to like a
the
weird
last
it
chapter.
went to the tree. I think on the next chapter, I think, or panel, sorry, where I think, and then some people were walking in it, and I think it then panned out, and it was like the city around the tree, or something.
Yeah,
Okay, so
effectively.
that's fine. That's all cool. That's all cool for me.
That is very much real.
Fine. That's all good with me. That's all good. Um, yeah.
I'm
No.
excited to see more of the rumbling, though. We are going to see more of the rumbling. One of my favorite scenes in the manga is a scene of all of the Marleyans passing a baby back to try and get it like as far away from the rumbling to survive as long as possible.
Oh my gosh! Like,
It's
Maddie has since watching Attack on Titan, she sometimes has nightmares just about getting chased by titans,
oh my
and from
god.
seeing all the colossal titans with their funky faces, she was just like, "Oh great, I'm gonna have nightmares again." But
Yeah, I've sent you two more
two more
panels.
pictures, two more panels,
Just I don't know whether you want to
spoilers.
talk about that, but that's in my opinion that's like the one scene that I'm going to be looking forward to the most.
Holy fuck! Oh, this makes much more sense now. I mean, the second picture, I was about to show it to the fucking camera then. The second picture, that's the kind of picture I think I've seen when they've talked about it blowing up the internet, and I can definitely see why. But he almost. The left side of that picture, so I'm not talking about it in detail, almost seems bigger than he usually is. Is that correct assumption from that panel, or is it just the way it's drawn?
In that panel there, the one on the right is smaller than the one on the left, but only by a little bit.
Okay,
Like
okay.
this is not Eren at his full size anymore. This is after they've done some
Yeah.
damage to the proper founding Titan. This is like Eren's going to try and complete the rumbling by himself, almost, if that makes sense.
If they can't do it, I'll do it. But no,
He is effectively the same size as the Colossal Titan.
yeah.
I think. Hold on, I'll send another one that
Another picture.
it kind of shows off the size of it better.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
you can
think
see
I
them in
remember.
the background.
I think I remember seeing the. Oh damn!
Oh damn!
Oh, it says the word. She does. She does return. I am happy. I was gonna say I don't want her to just randomly
Oh,
sit.
oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah, she comes back. She comes
I
back.
thought she would, but
She's on the back of Falco. That's
yeah,
not that big of a spoiler,
I'm
like
very
the
excited to
ring.
see Falco. I don't want to know who and what people die, but I'm very excited to see Falco in his cool state, which is going to be fucking awesome. But I wasn't in the actual episode itself. I didn't really understand the bit that they spoke about where Annie's Titan. They've never really explored her power before, and I really don't understand their power or the female Titan's power. Other than I just thought she was just a fucking female. Because she had some sort of like adaptability power or something.
Yeah, that's why she could. That's the main reason that she managed to survive for so long is because her like Titan power adapted to being like able to just exist and not be damaged. It's a very weird power, but they do. It's not your fault. They've only really just started talking about it.
Yeah, in this episode is the first time they've spoke about it at all. Because the only
Yeah.
instance we've seen is she's able to do a scream, can bring over Titans, and that's about it. And nothing else other than the fact that she was good at fighting, and that was able to be replicated in her Titan form. And then she
Yeah.
hardened, and that was it. And that was the first time we saw like hardening stuff, really, to be honest. But no, I think if any, to be fair, we've hit like the 30-minute mark, so I think that's a pretty like okay place to stop. To be fair, unless you've got anything else to talk about.
I don't
No.
think so, particularly without going into the actual spoilers of the absolute end of the show. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to be too worried about who dies and who doesn't. By the way,
Okay, so that means not a lot of people die.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine.
That's a little bit of a spoiler, but no one in this group basically dies. Like no one at all.
Other than the main person who's gonna have his.
Yeah.
head.
Apart from.
So is he actually like fully dead?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh damn. No, that's fair enough. Right, we shall leave that ending of Attack on Titan
Yeah.
with the ending of the episode.
Yeah.
But no, thank you everyone for watching, and you know, if you randomly made it to the end, cool. You now know a
Thank
lot about
you.
Attack on Titan and what's to come.
Yeah.
No worries. Don't forget to like, share, and all that fucking stuff. I actually thought
Or
I'd been
don't.
recording.
I actually want everyone that got this far. I want you all to dislike the video.
Don't. I actually will cry. I
want-
haven't had
I want you to
a
bomb the
dislike yet.
comment with
Yeah,
some
put a
hate.
dislike in the comment. Say literally dislike in the comment if you made it this far.
No. Dislike the video.
No, I haven't had any dislikes. That'll be bad for the video. But yeah, no worries. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care. Goodbye.